Well, welcome back. It's been a little while since I've posted here on YouTube, and I've made some changes recently and wanted to kind of discuss a few things. First and foremost, if you follow me on Facebook, you may have noticed I teamed up with the guys over at Rapid Defense for private lessons and small group lessons. I've linked their website through my website. So if you're interested in a private lesson, small group lesson, go ahead, use your Google foo and find either Rapid Defense or Todco Training. Get signed up for a private or small group lesson. If you're on Rapid Defense's website, they also have a list of other classes that they have throughout the year. Everything from pistol, rifle, shotgun, long range rifle. Great classes, great hosts over at Rapid Defense. They use high quality instructors. You're going to learn a lot no matter what you take with Rapid Defense. Highly recommend. Speaking of which, last year in 2025, Rapid Defense hosted a class with Adrian Allen. It was a performance pistol class. I was able to take that and learned a lot. I also got an opportunity in talking with Adrian to take a red dot instructor course last year as well. And both classes were amazing. And they really introduced me to the performance side of shooting. In classes that I've taken in the past, they kind of build that foundational skill, some of the mindset stuff, which is great. But as I've progressed, I've noticed I was wanting more. I was wanting some more objective feedback, not just so much canned drills. I wanted to grow as a shooter. So taking a performance pistol class was great because it got me around some really high level competitive shooters. And for the first time in quite a long time, I was not, that highest performer, at least the highest performer in the class that I thought I might be, because in my mind, some of these classes you take, you really don't know where you stack up. It's all just kind of subjective. But taking Adrian's class, you get an objective measure of your skill. Almost every single drill is timed and scored, and it's scored using a thing called hit factor scoring. If you've never heard of hit factor scoring, it's used in IDPA. Well, maybe not IDPA. They use a slightly different scoring system, but I know IPSC, USPSA, they use hit factor. And what hit factor is you take a standard target and you assign different scoring zones depending on where the rounds land on the target. And depending on how many shots you get in each scoring zone and how long it takes you to shoot a course of fire, you take your points, add it all up, and divide it by the total time it took you to shoot the course of fire. And that will give you a points per second or hit factor score. And then you're ranked if you're in a shooting competition with all the other shooters that are at the competition. Whoever has the highest score wins. How this translates in training, specifically for classes, is you get an objective measure of your skill. There's there's no arguing. You get a timer, you get a target, you shoot a drill, you shoot a course of fire, and that's your score. And it's a lot of fun because it stacks you up against everybody else in the class. There's a little bit of this competitive edge. It adds a little bit of stress, and it really guides you into where you need to focus on your current skills. So taking those two classes were amazing. It really got me hooked. So for 2026, my plan is to jump into competitive shooting. I've already signed up for two matches for the month of April, hoping to get some footage of those matches, maybe share that with you guys if that's something you're interested in, and just kind of explore this performance based shooting journey. I would really like to see how far I can take it. I've always been interested in it, but there comes a little bit of humble pie when you put yourself out there up against other people that are better, and it adds some stress. And I think that's a good thing when it comes to training and practice, to really level up your skills. So that's kind of a direction I would like to move into, and kind of document that as I go. On a personal level, I've also decided to take my health a lot more seriously. um, when you're doing all this moving, shooting, running around, you get an honest assessment of who you are on a personal level as well. And it was humbling. So I've really taken a deep dive and taken some necessary steps to work on my own physical fitness. I'm already down quite a bit of weight, kind of proud of where I've started to where I am now. Journey's not over, it's just getting started, but it's kind of part of that whole growing journey. How far do I want to take this? How far can I personally grow? And how is this going to benefit me in my own personal life? Being a dad, a teacher, um, a competitive shooter, and it just it was time. So I'm really excited about it. If you guys have anything you would like to talk about, whether that's problems you guys are having, gear that I'm using, whatever, just drop them down in the comments. I might answer them down there, or if need be, if it's a good enough topic, I might just shoot a short video on it discussing it, and we'll kind of go from there. I hope you stick around for the journey, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.